Super Luminal. Then switching over, and you're live with Mega Man X. Take it away.
Alright guys, here's going to be Mega Man X on Speedruns Live. This is benefiting Go Rescue, which is a no-kill animal shelter. Again, this will be a 100% run, and we're just going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to count down here, and it's going to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And go ahead, Bakuman. Alright, so the first part of this game, we do not really do a speed run. It is more of a speed walk, because we do not have the dash boots yet. So what we're going to be doing here is trying to hold right as much as possible. He's going to try to mash through just about everything that's in his way that he can't jump over. The biggest part in this stage is do not get killed by these bees, because you actually want to damage through them, and by the end of this stage you do want to be at 3 health or below for the final fight. So here we're coming up to the first bee. Got a missile pattern, which isn't the worst, kind of middle of the road, and he's going to get out of here pretty quick. Moving on to the next robot bee, see what he gets here. He actually got the good pattern, so he's going to have a good intro stage. Now, one of the things about speedrunning in general is usually you have a lot of visual cues, a lot of audio cues. Some things are just feel and rhythm. Now, Bakuman actually doesn't have the luxury of getting to use audio cues. He is actually hearing impaired. He suffers from deafness, so he's got a slight disadvantage for the rest of the runners, especially in this category. So right there, did get a little bit of health, so he is going to need to take a little bonk or two, but he's got a few more opportunities to do that. And just like that. So now we're coming to the end, and the next stage should be Penguin, because he's not going to change the route on us, I don't think. So we will be getting dash boots about halfway through the Ice Penguin. And don't fault me for not getting the names right, I just woke up, so. It's Icy Penguin. Now here's our best buddy Vile, Bava, Bubba Fett, TM, Star Wars, don't come at us. And got a bad pattern there. So we're getting out of intro at about a 2:15 pace, not bad at all. Now we get to watch Zero come in, talk a little bit of smack, say X you're not strong, and we all know what happens to Zero at the end of every X game. Kind of the martyr of the series. Alright, so in about 45 seconds we get to do the actual speed portion of the game. Now with most platformers, everything is pretty tight. You're going to try to maximize your dashes as much as possible, try to chain them together, and fly through the stage as quickly as you can. The game's from 1992, I don't think it's a spoiler anymore. Chat. So this part is actually, because I'm a casual, this part is one of my favorite parts just because it's technical. You've got a lot of turnaround jumps. You don't want to take any bonks here because it throws the rest of the patterns off. It's just not fun if you mess that part up, but it feels really good when you nail it. Gloves are off, boots are on. Time to speed run. Good luck, Bakuman, you got this, dude. Alright, so the worst part of running this game is missing a dash. Throws your rhythm off. Doesn't feel good. Ooh, jump out of the mech there. There he goes. Getting the jump out of the mech is pretty easy when you don't want it to happen, but when you want to jump out of the mech, you never do this game for any Mega Man speedrun. That was a very good snowball section. That is not the easiest to get through cleanly. And now for the first run killer. Slides he gets, guys. That's a really good fight. Solid penguin fight. Penguin was actually pretty nice. So the next stage we should be going to is going to be Storm Eagle, and Bakuman's route is going to be Ice Full Waterfall. So he will not be going for Ice, and he will be killing Sting Chameleon last, so he won't have Sting throughout the 8 Mavericks. This is one of my least favorite stages. I don't know about the rest of the Mega Man X community, but this stage is one of the banes of my existence. I won't say why. I have fears of jinxing. So, the other part of this stage is we are going to get the helmet. It doesn't help too much. It just kind of opens up the arm capsule for us. That's about it. So we don't have to wait like the any percent route does to get our full charge shots. Little change up from the normal route. Usually people go top route. He's going a little bit different to get that sub tank in there. Interesting little switch up. Don't see that too often. Ooh, and getting those flamethrower guys to spawn on those carts isn't the best. Let's see if we can get out of here quickly. If he makes any mistakes in there, it's a pit. So he is going to die, which he does not want to do, obviously. Decent break on those tubes of flammable whatever. So moving quite along at a decent pace here. A little bit left to go in this stage, and then we're going to be fighting Storm Eagle, which is the second jerk bird of the game. Don't worry, we'll get to meet them again at the end. Chaining those dashes together quite nicely. Took a bonk there, but most people do. Alright, so the trick with this boss, the charged blue shots, I believe, only do 2 damage. A green shot and a lemon will do 1. A dash lemon will do 2. So you want to get dash lemons in as much as possible. And he's just mashing Eagle down like a champ. And now starts the slow dive patterns. He's getting blue shots off during this though, which is good. It's the fastest possible he can do, and there we go. Dude is just flying through this game. Again, not having audio cues in this game is a huge detriment. I've tried playing myself without audio, and I just mess everything up. So I can't imagine how Bakuman's doing this. So we're going to be a little bit quiet here. This part's kind of important. Alright, good. That part is easy to do until you really need to do it, and when you have 100+ people watching you, you do not want to break the wrong blocks there, fall, and just kill your run. I didn't want to jinx it, so I didn't say anything. I just wanted to be quiet there. So what we should see is the first time we actually use a chart shot. Ooh, he's actually going to go a different route. Interesting. He's going to go get the heart first, and then he's going to backtrack a little bit and grab the sub tank so we can get that 100% clear of the game. Getting 100%, grabbing every heart, every sub tank, getting all the boss weapons, all that fun stuff. There is a Easter egg at the end of Armadillo stage, which we will see later. But once he gets that Easter egg, he will be able to basically one-shot just about any enemy, as long as he's got full health. So that makes the last 4 Sigma stages very, very less stressful, because you pretty much guarantee you're going to take out the bosses. You don't have to worry about boss patterns or anything like that. Almost to the end of the stage here, and then we will be taking down Flame Mammoth. This boss can be kind of a pain casually, but once you kind of figure out his pattern or watch any of the speedruns, you can cheese him pretty easily with Storm Eater's weapon. You want to maximize where you're shooting, so your distance is just within that gap to where you're hitting him twice, which it looked like he got pretty much just about every shot to hit twice. Getting out a Mammoth at a 1208, not bad at all. And one's favorite boss, Umakuwenga. Everyone hates this guy. Teleporting, he will suplex, throw you in. It's not a fun time dying to Kuwanger. There is a slight way to cheese the boss. We'll see if Bakuman goes for it. It's kind of tricky, but we'll have to wait about a minute before we get to that. Going through the turtle section right now, this section is not for the faint of heart. There's a couple different strats you can go through there, or you can just do a Bakuman dead, try not to get hit, and just jump the turtles. The elevator section here, just kind of a vertical auto-scroller. You can abuse these spikes on the right-hand side. If you do a jump kick off of them, you will bonk, but you will take no damage. They forgot to code that in, I think. So we will not see Iceless at the top of this climb, but we should see a charge coming soon. And he's going to use the Ice Sled to give him a little bit better movement to grab this heart. And last climb of the tower, and onto Kuwanger. A little trouble with that wall guy, but inside climb was nice. Ooh, didn't get the gold charge that he wanted. He might get it in frames of the fight, but we'll see. No. What he was trying to do there is get a gold charge, so he had a blue shot come out. It knocks Twinger back a little bit and sets him up for the tango, as we call it. Kind of keep Twinger in a, like that. He keeps doing the head bod movement, and you keep jumping out of it. Ooh. Stand in the middle. You got this. When he starts teleporting, you can kind of just stand in the middle, and he will switch sides repeatedly. So you don't have to worry about moving and accidentally bonking him because you was teleporting to. Just moving invisibly. Looks like I did make a mistake. He is going to try waterfall. So he is grabbing C-Sting throughout. So he will have the rest of the 8 Mavericks here. Do not list strat actually a lot. Right now we're fighting Green Biker Dad. He's trying to get, I believe, 17 boomerangs into him, and then against face with some tornadoes actually. That's quite interesting. Usually we do dash lemons, but we must know not to trust dash jumps a lot, so he's gonna go with the tornado strat here. Should be dead soon. Come on, buddy. There you go. Now this capsule cutscene, usually you have a demo, like with the arm, it can now charge up to pink, shoots a flashy pink shot. Here, you can't really show a demo for how armor reduces damage by 50%, so you kind of just stand here for about 5 seconds. Ooh, and he didn't actually go for the heart, so he's probably going to do a revisit. And then exit out once he grabs the heart. Very interesting seeing all the different change-ups he's going for here. So this swamp section, he's just trying to get dash, lemons, and green shots out. As soon as an enemy appears on screen, the green shot's already in position to take out the enemy. Nice little swamp section there. I think Chameleon is every casual's favorite boss because you can cheese him pretty easily as long as you have Boomer Kuwangers with him. You get him in a kind of a stun lock pattern. It's not really a stun, but might as well be. Nice fight there. Pattern lock. There we go. TY Blue, thank you for the glossary term, sir. Spark Mandrill, probably not anyone's favorite boss, but definitely the stage music, 90% of people seem to thoroughly enjoy. So here we're going to go for another sub-tank that's kind of hidden off screen. You definitely can't grab it. You have to use boomerangs to hunt it down. Now another thing with this stage, I don't know if Bakuman's playing on emulator or console, but the stage is going in and out because the lights are off because you've already been to Storm Eagle, and Storm Eagle's ship has crashed into the power plant. So that's why they're getting power surges, and it's going from light to dark. If you have a console and a CRTV, you can cheat it and just turn the brightness up on the TV, and then you can see the ground and everything. Here we've got Thunder Slimer. This is not an easy boss or mid-boss in any percent. He can be a jerk, bounce around, give you different RNG patterns, kill or run, all those fun stuff. In 100%, as you saw, we've got charge shots, so we just do a charge tornado, a single tornado, and then another charge, and he's pretty much dead. There is a trick here called Paul Heart. I don't think he's going to go for it. I think he's just going to grab this heart with the boomerang, or he's going to make the jump. He actually made the jump, nice. Not always an easy jump to make. And he got it first try. This last section can be tricky. You're trying to kill some of these lag light birds before they get on screen. And you can see there, it just slows the game down tremendously. Now in the last boss fight, we had a pattern block. Moving on to Spark Mandrill, we actually will get him in a stun lock as we use Ice Penguin's weapon, which is his weakness. So as he's coming out of the frozen state that he is in, you can actually get another hit in, which Bakuman is doing here. It makes the fight much, much faster, instead of just waiting for him to come out and start moving again to hit him with an ice shot. So far, doing a solid job on this run. Now hopefully you like this stage, you like this music, because you will be seeing it a lot. One thing I have not talked about are phantom grabs. It allows you to do the Eagle or the Magic Carpet and Eagle stage. There is one right here where you can grab this sub tank by sliding down that wall and hitting the right frame and the right pixel. He's just going to go ahead and grab that sub tank that way, and then he's going to C-sting through majority of this stage. There's so many enemies that are just in your way. You either have to memorize their spawn points, or as Bakuman's doing, just get the charge C-sting, pop it, and go for it. Little cart ride, and he's going to go in front of the mole borer there. He's going to climb for the heart. Yes, he is. You do have a couple chances in 100% to go for that heart, so you don't need to grab it there, but I definitely understand just wanting to get it out of the way. He's jumping on the cart there to try to dodge. Ooh, I don't know if he got a visit there. I don't know if you saw the health capsule at the top. You might have to do another revisit. Here we've got Armored Armadillo. If you do not have Spark Shot as his weakness, this is not an easy boss to take down. You cannot really get shots in through his armor, so Buster only is not a fun category for taking down this boss. But as you saw there, you have the weakness in 100%. Pretty standard fight. Don't get hit. Hit him. Keep. Rinse, repeat. Alright. Last 8 maps. I hope you guys like mid-bosses or mini-bosses. We've got about 5 in this stage. So there's a couple turtles in the beginning. Everyone's got different strats. Looks like he's going to go for Tornado. Dodge the seahorses. He moved right where they were going to spawn, so he was having the green shots ready to take them down. The first mid-boss, he just went with C-Sting because he's got it, and that is their weakness, I believe. Usually, we do rolling shields on them. As you're seeing here in the second fight. He doesn't want to spam too fast because rolling shield is actually Octo's weakness, or Launch Octopus's weakness. So he definitely wants to make sure he's got enough ammo there. Now he's going to go top just to make sure he actually hits this, because that submarine is actually sending out depth charges, and the patterns are always random, and usually it's random in the worst way, where you're going to bonk one of them, miss the shot, and have to climb up anyway. There he used another tornado shot to take out that Ouroboros. Gonna grab the heart with a boomerang, trying to get out of here as quickly as possible. Kind of stopped and turned around because he knew he was gonna miss the dash. He was kind of lined up for the dash already, and the audio cue of you grabbing the heart lags the game for about a second, or actually pauses the game, so he knew the dash wasn't gonna come out. There he's trying to manipulate which direction the second Ouroboros comes out of the ground, and kill them basically before he ever spawned on screen. He was on screen for maybe a tenth of a second. Not a bad fight, but when he starts doing the swirly patterns here, definitely loses your time. There is a sort of way to manipulate him. It's not guaranteed, but basically the closer you are to Octopus, the less chance he has to do that swirly. But Bakuman got through it pretty easily, had the rolling shields, took Octo down with his weakness. So now for the best part of 100%. You get to do a couple revisits. So we're going to go back to Penguin. There is a heart tank that we did not grab the first time through because we don't have a way to get to it as of yet. So what he's going to do is C-Sting through the beginning of this level, get in the mech, get up to that ledge we saw in the first part, and use Flame Shot to destroy an igloo. And in the igloo, we will have a heart piece. That is the final heart. Usually when people are trying to get Hadouken, they forget that one, and they think they forgot something else magical, like they needed all sub-tanks full or something like that. No, you probably just forgot a heart tank somewhere. Oof. Like I said earlier, when you want to jump out of that mech, it never happens. When you don't want to jump out of that mech, it always happens. Alright, use the escape weapon, get out of here, and we're going to make a trip back to, Chameleon. So we're just going to run to the first pit, break a couple blocks, get the heart, get out, and then go back to our favorite stage in the game, Armadillo. Because why not? There's a sled, you get to ride it, it's a long level, the music's decent. Why not go back? So I was not paying attention to the number of lives. He does want to have Probably 4, just because I believe he did not get that first visit. So this part is kind of straightforward. It is a nice break. If there's any other commentating or any other announcements or anything that we want to make, we definitely have time, because we're going to be seeing this stage for about the next 3 minutes, I believe.
Oh, we're certainly going to talk about something. But yeah, we will be... If you didn't know, NoHA is allowed to actually support Go Rescue. It's a non-professional organization that helps animals off the street and into new goods home. Like any animal left out in the street that might need a vaccine shot, stuff like that, they take in, they make presentable, and then they have families adopt them into good homes. And you can find the donation page for that with !donate. We also got a few incentives or bid wars left, actually. We got a bid war for Need for Speed Rivals coming up. Wait, the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is the first one coming this night, actually. Which have a name incentive for file name. And we also got Need for Speed Rivals with a license plate, bid war. Evoland got 3 name incentives, and we got King's Quest Absence, Make the Heart Go Yonder, which has a bear or bag the cat. I have no idea what that means, but it seems something to put money towards. And of course, Super Metroid got a save or kill the animals, but it's currently got $91 against saving the animals. So if you want to save the frames, you really have to start donating. You can find that with incentive. Back to you.
Thank you for that. During there, Bakuman had an unfortunate miscalculation, fell off the cart, had to take a jump in the pit. Definitely not a good time falling into the pit or falling off of that cart. Alright, so we might have to do the full stage once or twice again. We'll see here. Should be the 3rd visit, I believe. Again, he's going to try to jump here, but like we saw slightly earlier, the jumping, you can jump kind of in front of the cart, or the cart will kind of just clip into you as it's coming back up, and you'll take a bonk, and it'll just keep going off screen as you're just kind of sitting there wondering what you're doing or what happened. It's one of the most demoralizing things. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a run killer, but it hurts. Oof. Took another bonk on one of those birds. Sometimes it is easier just to take the lag that you're gonna get. The upside to dying or game overing is he is gonna have 2 lives, so he shouldn't have to farm the bat here. There is a 50% drop rate from that Mega Man 2 bat, I believe. Might be Mega Man 4. Like Mega Man Classic lore is not the strongest. Just gonna rip through the stage using the C-Sting mechanic. Try to dodge all these guys. Even though he has had a few missteps here, it's still worth it to go for Hadouken. It makes a lot of the boss fights easier. You can save yourself in areas most people wouldn't think to use Hadouken. There's a couple times you get grabbed by fish in the Sigma stages. You can use Hadouken to get out of that pretty quickly. It's just a nice security blanket to have. I was counting right. This should be the last visit. We should see a capsule. Ooh, just shoot the birds, man. Ooh, one more. Now, any Street Fighter fans, I do want you to pay attention to Dr. Light. He is not wearing a lab coat when he gives you Hadouken. Ooh, you're not full health, buddy. You do need to be full health on that last visit to actually see the capsule for the Hadouken. You can pop a sub-tank as the cart's leaving the cliff and in the air. So as long as you're full health before the capsule loads into the game's memory, it will spawn. The other side of the coin to that is you can see the capsule, and if one of those birds bonks you, the capsule will despawn as you're looking at it. Had that happen a couple times, that's always fun. So one final cart ride. I think we've seen this stage enough. One thing you can do here that people do try is using a charged C-Sting to just kind of dodge all these hits, but it usually wears off at the worst opportune time. There we go. Dr. Light's been training on that waterfall back there. Doing some push-ups. Learned a secret technique to shoot fire out of his hands. Gave it to his robot son. The rest is history. Alright, so there is a strat here called Leap of Faith. It is as it sounds. You go for it, you miss it, you don't have a good time. You end up falling in the pit there, so he's just going to take it easy, go ahead, climb some of these platforms, and then just scale the wall. He does want to take some damage here. He's probably going to take it on this blue guy right here. Hold right against the wall. It kind of resets the iframes of X a little bit faster, so you can take damage much quicker. You do want to get down to about 6 HP, because we are going to see our buddy Vile again. Bubba Fett, however you want to call him. Go ahead, climb there, buddy. Get out of there. Now, you do not want to touch the ground after this ladder. There is a cutscene that happens, and as long as we don't touch the floor, because the floor is lava, we actually skip a cutscene, and then they kind of collide in this room and the next room. So we get all these weird text box glitches. He's going to try to shoot a rolling shield here, hold start, and that kind of keeps the cutscene going. So the whole time, he's holding start, even during that fight. Because if you let go of start, there's a very, very strong chance you're going to soft lock, because the cutscenes don't quite know where they're at, and it just kind of leaves Zero and Vile standing there and not saying anything. And ooh. See if you can get one off. Might just rolling shield him. This is what the any percent guys do because they do not have a Dukin. And Vile's iframes are pretty much non-existent, so you can take him down very fast with the rolling shield, and that's not a bad backup to go for. He's already used one sub-tank. He doesn't need it again. Nobody likes any percent Timu. Just trying to goat or bait all the X runners, come out and, you know, start talking smack, because any percent is probably the true speedrun category. There is, at the fast paces, there is no room for error, and you need to not get hit. I'm not a fan of any percent, that's just because I'm casual. So here, he did use a sub-tank. We are going to let a Hadouken go. We did not get a cheeky teleport, so usually if you try to get the Hadouken out first frame in that fight, there's probably a 20% chance that Boomer Kwanger is going to teleport and dodge the Hadouken, and then either teleport on top of you or get you to move a little bit, and then you take a bump. Here is the first gatekeeper of the Sigma Fortress. This is not a... This is not a easy boss for casual play. If you do pick up on the patterns, he's easier, but it's still tricky because you have to read the patterns of these lines in between the four pillars there very fast. He's going to cross each line that he comes across, so you know where he's going to go, and you can actually, you know, pause buffer and kind of read it as he's moving if you do need a little bit more time. Bakuman's going to save sub-tanks, not go for the Hadouken here. I agree with that because, hey, if you know how to do the any percent fight, go for it. Instead of burning 4 sub-tanks and not having it when you actually need it. Alright, Sig 1 is down. Sparkman Driller, probably the best track in the game, agreeably. Sig 2, second best, if not the best. Discuss amongst yourselves. He's gonna pop C-Sting in the beginning because we've got it, why not? And can farm health there. Looks like he got a small health drop from one of the bats as he was taking down that ostrich that was blocking his path. Gonna try to get over one of these ice shots and let a Hadouken go. So we should see C-Sting here again. We use it throughout the majority of the Sigma stages. This makes everything much nicer. Took a bonk there, but he might be able to, yep, got health from the first wall climber there. On to second jerk bird again. Good old Storm Eagle. You can get a Hadouken off. You can do the quarter circle forward as you're dashing. Looks like he didn't quite get it there, but Eagle's going to come back down, and he's going to get one. There you go. Nice thing about this game, you can do the quarter circle forward at times where you wouldn't think it would register, and then you can just press shoot, like coming out of a pause buffer, do a quarter circle forward while X is dashing. So we kind of abuse that mechanic. Hadouken parts of this run here. See if Rang is nice, gives him some eyes he can shoot Hadoukens at. Had a blue eye, but didn't quite set the pattern right. And more green eyes. Looks like Rang just being a jerk as usual. Very RNG heavy boss. The Sigma 2 level is just riddled with RNG patterns. It's a slot machine. It's a casino. Sig 3 is pretty much the final stage. Sig 4 isn't really a stage that you travel through, so for all intents and purposes, Sig 3 is the final. Oh, we are gonna skip the armadillo skip, and it looks like he's gonna try to just get a Hadouken off after getting rid of the armor here. Got the second Hadouken you went for, so gonna get to move on to the rest of Sig 3. Looks like he's gonna fight Chameleon the any % way or the casual way. Doesn't want to go for Air Hado, which I don't blame him. It takes a lot of time to set up the Air Hadouken, and if you miss it, you're doing this method of the fight anyway, so. Nice thing about Mega Man X, in my opinion, is you don't have like a refight room like you do in a lot of the other Mega Man X games. The bosses are strewn throughout the final stages, which I tend to like more. I don't know about anybody else, but it's just kind of a nice change of pace instead of just having a room with, 8 capsules and you gotta fight each Maverick over and over. Gonna catch him with the ice, get a nice stationary target, and let a Hadouken go for that nice no-hit kill. Most important strat there in the game. Looks like he did not get Fish Manip. Ooh. The only strat that matters. Fish Manip. If you hug that wall as you're dropping down before the first fish spawns, the fish will start going right, and you can get a charge spark shot off and take out majority of the fish through that hallway. It's not needed, as you saw there. As long as you don't take a bonk, you still have full health. You can let a Hadouken go on Octopus. Going top route, gonna grab some health, grab a free life. Onto Flame Mammoth, and then D-Rex. So we are getting to the final parts of this game, probably got about another 4 minutes, and that is all she wrote. Ooh, did not get the Hadouken there, gonna go to Tornadoes. Probably gonna save a sub-tank for D-Rex, I would assume. We'll see if he goes for the Hadouken setup, or if he's just gonna try to fight him Boomerang style. Looks like we're getting another any percent method. Boss isn't too bad as long as you know how to manipulate or control the boomerangs. As long as X is moving up when you press fire or shoot, boomerang's going to go up. If X is traveling downwards, boomerang's going to travel in a downward arc. Looks like he's got pretty good control of the boomerang shot. Took down D-Rex quite quickly. Definitely is going to want Hadouken for Velgarder and Jedi. Alright guys, time to get hype in chat. This is the final climb. And anyone who might be from Go Rescue, now is the time to look away. Gonna be not good. Okay, now you can look back. No robot dogs were harmed in the making of this video game or this run. Ooh, got the Hadouken off on Jedi. That is very nice. You do not want to fight him. Even though the music's good, the fighting him and having him dash all around is not fun. The Hadouken does not work on Final Sigma, so you get to fight him using his only weakness besides a pink shot. You can either do charge pink shots for 1 damage, or you can do rolling shields for 2. So we're going to always go with rolling shields if we have them. Get into a nice little pattern here, and Sigma should be done fairly quickly as long as our claws cooperate. And last hit time. 51-21 it looks like. Very solid run with all the shenanigans in Armadillo stage.
51-26 is the end time. That's the timer. Doesn't stop instant.
Very good marathon run.
Indeed.
Solid run, Bakuman. Great job.
Nobody sees the timer. There's no timer.
Don't look at the time, yeah.
But yeah, is there anything else we want to say before we cut into intermission?
The only other thing is we get to see this nice cutscene. Talks about, will X have to fight again? Who knows? Only the Buster shot on his arm knows for sure. I ruined that. Sorry guys for the lore. Again, Bakuman. Sorry about Dillo stage. It happens. But all in all, very, very solid run. Thanks for having me commentate. I truly appreciate it. And definitely support Go Rescue. No-kill animal shelters are one of the best things in the world. So look at that face. It's a beautiful dog. So yes, please support them. Donate if you can. And thank you guys for watching Mega Man X.
Wait, we will be returning shortly with the Lego Movie 2, the video game actually, run by Pseudo Heroes, so don't go anywhere. We got a lot more awesome runs coming out.